A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? Hey! I should thank the great bard not to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Sham-Speare. Yes! Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. Ah! 'Tis Herlock Sholmes himself! What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Hey! Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met. Oh boy. Things are getting crazy. Welcome back, everyone. It's Light here. Where did we leave off? If I remember right, Miss Green was like, she wanted to say something about the card. Yeah. She's about to amend her testimony. So, let's see, shall we? Very well, then. You may amend your testimony. Oops, I was pressing the wrong button. I'm like, why isn't it going forward? Ah, jeez. Okay. To include details about the peculiar note. This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. Well, that's not entirely true because of this. Right? I can just present this.
Objection!
Haha! The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in the hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. Oh. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn-off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Oh, where did you find that? In Mr. Sham-Speare's room. Eh? In my room? That was like his first normal sentence. Oh my gosh. Mr. Sham-Speare, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon follow the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad. Did she send it? Did she send it to him? Oh my gosh, that makes complete sense now. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Oh my gosh. Let me ask you again, Mr. Sham-Speare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? Oh. And you, Miss Green. Ah, what did I do? As this torn-off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Sham-Speare's room. So how was it that it came to be in your possession? Oh. I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all. Uh-huh. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Sham-Speare's room and stole it. You did what? Sorry, thou has the what? You broke, thou were in my room? He's breaking character. What on earth do you want with me? Oh boy. It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again. Ugh. Oh, we're getting somewhere now. Oh, jeez. Miss Green. Yes? Well, as you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events. Anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. Yes, I know. Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received. She stole it from his room, but that implies that she knew it was there. Or she knew that he killed Duncan? At the very least. I don't know. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, peradventure, that note was delivered unto me. On the day writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the Slug and Salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see the note had vanished. I don't know what you mean. To think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Sorry. Why would I? The arrow is still so funny. I can point out the villain here, and as for that torn-off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it. You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Sham-Speare? Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned it from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it. Now that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was a lie. Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying. I beg your pardon? I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. That note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question. I don't see why I should explain. Did she cut him off? Rude. Sorry. I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs, you, the fledgling lawyer. The fledgling will do his best. Youch. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Wow. Hold on. Did Baron Zeeks really just say that? Wow. Well, counsel? I'm ready, my lord. Very well then, the defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses. Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Sham-Speare's room. There can be no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note. Yes, the two facts that are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all this. And it's not a pretty one. Alrighty. Do you remember now? Just a week ago, no, it was delivered. Guess we need the details from this guy, as much as it sucks. And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all? Nay, sire. 'Tis as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily, 'tis impenetrable. But Mr. Duncan had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor. So surely you knew him, didn't you? Alack, if the choices be twixt I knew him, and I knew him not, then 'tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare we were by some small measure acquainted. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the Slug and Salad. Presumably, that was nothing to do with... What? That was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature? Marry, naught will had the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So 'tis true, I was compelled by my own eager heart to bestake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated.
Hold it!
So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared? Well, yes, sire. 'Tis as thou saysest. Really? You paused for a moment before you answered. Oh. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall. Really? Do you mean to tell the court that somebody did appear, after all? I was not alone that night at the slug and salad, my lord, no. 'Tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. And all around me danced a great many companions. Why does he keep jumping? What do you mean? Flies, sire, flies! Good lord! In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairies, perchance, from a midsummer's night's dream? Come to taunt me? No. No. I think they were just flies. I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around. Is that wrong of me? Oh, jeez. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow to see the note had vanished. Huh. Okay. When exactly did you notice it had gone missing? Such idle thoughts ne'er occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas. In other words, you didn't notice. Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Natsume's visit to your room. Yes, it would appear that note disappeared sometime in that interval. Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busy. We get it. And yet during that time, Miss Green was comatose in hospital, was she not? Clearly, then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Sham-Speare's room. Ah, yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding, isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? You're asking the wrong guy. You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. Ah! I am not here to advocate for your defense, madam, and won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. Wow. You would do well to remember that. Oh, dearie me. What's Lord Van Zeek's getting at? Yeah, why is he being not a jerk? It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Sham-Speare about 1 week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have been happened except for you breaking into Mr. Sham-Speare's lodging. Objection! So annoying. But for what reason would the witness have done that? I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Ooh. Miss Green could have only come to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Mr. Sham-Speare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though? Yes, we should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruhodo. We're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. It's Duncan for sure, but... So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Introverted? Fie! This fledgling doth readily cast aspirations about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Okay, shut up. Oh, pity, where for those... Oh, what is he doing? Accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman. Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction hereafter by death. Oh, thy days! Oh, the years! Alas, to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. Mr. Naruhodo, interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine. I'm no Shakespearean actor, Mrs. Otto. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Yes. Oh boy. It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Sham-Speare's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter. Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes. I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Because then she'd be guilty, right? Hold on. I'm trying to see... It's Duncan for sure. Just, I don't know which statement to present it on. Let's try this, I guess. No harm, no foul.
Objection.
Nope. That last statement is contradicting a number of ways. I think you'll find number of ways, you say? That's right, my lord, in a number of ways. Perhaps it would serve you well to concentrate your efforts on one contradiction at a time, counsel. Ugh, I made a bit of a mess of that in a number of ways, actually. The number of ways, that's funny. It's not this. I'm gonna try this here.
Objection.
No. Okay. Dang it. My poor penalty points. Number of ways. So funny. Hold on. Well, actually, maybe the... Why would I? Is, for the poison. Let's just see.
Objection.
Yeah, that's it. Alright. Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. Yes, we did indeed. And though the contents spilt during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to defense's independent analysis, Mr. Sholmes' chemistry said, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine. What? Strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Sham-Speare. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings. For one reason, and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Sham-Speare's room with poison. Oh... Can this be? You broke into my room to... It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Sham-Speare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie, me! Oh jeez. Order! Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill? Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts. But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely? Well, that's a very good point. He didn't think that far. Poor guy. Perhaps not, my lord. I beg your pardon? What? Why is he helping? There is a significant police presence in the area that evening, on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at that time. Lord Van Zeeks. And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Sham-Speare's address. More activity? Ah, yes! You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder? That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Sham-Speare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Sham-Speare had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe. His intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant. So, and then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right! Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end. A trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted. That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Sham-Speare was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier. Ooh. Mary! Is that what he said? Ay. With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan. What plan? The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slug and Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are now clear. To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time. 2. Make sure I wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green would safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. That makes so much sense now. Just after she smeared the poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. Order! What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Ooh. Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. It's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. So, that's what's behind all this. You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life? Obviously Duncan.
Take that!
Duncan Ross. That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garadev's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago, when the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings. That does ring a vague... Ah, of course, yes, I remember now. The young man they claimed was strangled by the convict's curse or some such. Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Sham-Speare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple. Oh! But why? I still don't get why. Ha ha. Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths, that's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean you. Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Sham-Speare. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Marry? Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Sham-Speare, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe? Oh my gosh. This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different counts of murder? What the heck is this? We're just supposed to be defending our client here. Yes, my lord, that's correct.
Objection!
Shush you. Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded. No, it's not. What? Why would Mr. Sham-Speare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slighted. 'Tis lies, all lies. I deny every utterance. Stop with your jumping. And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruto, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Green, I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection.
But you broke into the man's room. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. Uh-huh. That's so believable. Sorry? You're right. I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh villainess! Oh villainy! Oh tyranny! Oh rutinity of woman! But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. Stop! That whole place is falling apart. The locks and the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some terps and a piece of wire. Oh awfulness! Oh artfulness! Oh tyranny! Oh profanity of woman! We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Well, I spotted the note that I'd sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Eh? Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it? Yes. Oh, that key? That's rather a nice key. Ah! Uh-oh. What are you doing with that? What the? Every ounce of color has drained from his face. Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine! I inherited it! What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it? No, ugh! What's all this about? He inherited that key? It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. So what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care. Give it back this minute! Give it to me! What the heck? What is that key about? What? Calm yourself, witness. So Mr. Sham-Speare has tried, and in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Sham-Speare at first, but considering everything we know now know, I think there is actually something that could explain it. What? I need to really recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Sham-Speare's alleged crimes? This, right? Fellow cellmate. What if he was a cellmate? Ooh, because he said he inherited it. But why? That still doesn't explain why the lodgers' lives are taken. Has to be this. I'm just gonna present it. That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file? How did you get a hold of that? Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant, Mr. Natsume, have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this, certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden, until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see. And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. The sum £1,000 worth of loot that he stole, which as yet remains to be found. Ah, yes, of course, it's coming back to me now. It's written in his file here. £1,000 lost en route to hell. That was how the papers summed it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Oh. Ah, you mean this key is... Mr. Sham-Speare, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? 'Tis a false charge, I tell you! A false charge! The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is. Ugh. But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings? There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. Now it makes sense. Now it makes complete sense. So it all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Sham-Speare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garredev's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. Oh, right! Because he asked for that specific room, but it was already taken, so he told him he had to take the other one. Oh my gosh, that makes sense! However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice. Because Selden's old room had already been let out to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Ah! Which is why Mr. Sham-Speare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Saseki Natsume, the defendant of this case, no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Sham-Speare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. Or for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on the £1,000 of loot left behind by the dead convict. Ugh. You. Ugh. Ah! Did we get him? Is that it? Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck. Listen, I want you to add me loot. Anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in L, I guess. Sham-Speare. Oh my gosh. It's mine. What did he just say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh my god! Mr. Sham-Speare? It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? How the heck are they supposed to be on your side after this? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me. For the time being, anyway. He's lost it. Verily, you can't arrest a victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? He's gone bonkers. I'm so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now. Do you really think I just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man's guilty through and through. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruto. There is a way. Pardon? There's one way I can finish him. No. He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot, which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan, were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. Anything in here? No, huh? This is the final piece in this complex puzzle, but I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where that loot is hidden. My lord. Yes, counsel? The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that could give us a clue as to its whereabouts. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Very well then, counsel, let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hidden place of the deceased convict's hull? The handprints? Because, like, what else could there be? I think it's the handprints. But I'm gonna save just to be sure. Hold on. Alright, let's see.
Take that!
Yeah! If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Sham-Speare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes. A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? Hey! I should thank the great bard not to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Sham-Speare. Yes! Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. Ah! 'Tis Herlock Sholmes himself! What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Hey! Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met. Mr. Sholmes! He does know Lord Van Zieksten. Well enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes! Though you may not be heralded as a great detective by the population at large. You may be, sorry. That does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit. If I may, my lord. Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used a teacup you had been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, yes. What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Suzuki-san's room. We needed a sample to help locate Selden's loot that's hidden in his old room. What form will the sample take? Present evidence, present a person. And a person? Oh, the key? I think we're gonna present Miss Green, right? Hold on. Okay, just had to say so that if I do get it wrong, I can easily load up to this point again. Alright, we will need something of Selden's in order to create the indicated solution to find his loot. And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain a possession of the late convict, Selden, to create the indicator solution? Key.
Take that!
Yay, I'm right. Miss Green. Ah! Me? What do you want with me? The key around your neck, if you please. Sorry? That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholmes' skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Ugh! Mr. Sham-Speare has one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's haul is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Ugh. Yay! I love this! So, Mr. Sham-Speare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. Ugh! 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 He's going crazy. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key. No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it. It's over, Mr. Sham-Speare. No! No! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. What in the world? Oh, shameful spear! Despair! Be thy name! Oh my god! The confetti! Why? Oh my god, why? Ah, jeez. Oh boy. Alrighty. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all. So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? Yet after you'd killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with rent, for one thing. Mr. Garadev really has had a lot to put up with. Yeah, the poor guy. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance. but it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sham spent the whole day in there reading books.
I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap. Dang.
William Sham-Speare, how does it go? To be or not to be, that is the question.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Dang.
Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Oh, dang. Ugh. Dang. Oh my gosh. Crime never pays. Let this be the lesson. Oh, jeez.
At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive.
The gas supply?
Yes. The stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please, don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
Alright then, if that's important to you, I'll start looking for a new place.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I'd better not. We said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
Oh my gosh. That was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas.
Oh my gosh.
If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to Grub's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
That place is cursed, I tell you! Cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me! I wake up in the middle of the night for freezing to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked. No problem there. It's like, I'm the problem! That's what they're thinking!
But how could that be? Duncan was gone and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered. A rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
A rumor? Ah, you mean...
Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though?
Good on her, though. It takes so much guts or like courage to investigate it the way she has.
Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End.
Black market?
I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there.
Oh my gosh.
In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder?
And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait. If Mr. Sham-Speare was innocent,
nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. My goodness gracious. I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Sham-Speare, and then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meaning. It is a matter of utmost importance.
The music, though.
If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough, so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked.
And of course, Mr. Sham-Speare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away, so I smeared a good amount of poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done and that I was all just some wild fantasy. But it wasn't.
Ah, jeez.
Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done, and that the culprit would get his just desserts.
My goodness.
Dang.
Dang. The way a snowball effect can just... Oh my gosh. The way this grew into such a huge thing, just from one guy. The butterfly effect is crazy, I swear.
3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward.
Yes, my lord!
I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes.
It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend.
Oh, yes!
And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you.
Aw, kinda. Maybe. Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green. Yes, my lord. You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom, as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Sham-Speare. Yes, I know. And you, Mr. Sham-Speare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Saseki Natsume here present.
Nerg.
What a sham of a spear. Mr. Naruhodo? Ah, yes? Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from
ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle?
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems.
Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. Yeah!
Oh!
And I'd like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Sham-Speare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least.
No. No. Oh. Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last.
All in a day's work.
Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green.
Mr. Saseki Natsume. Yes, my lord. The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord.
No. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant.
Yay!
We did it! He's free once again. Oh, the confetti. Court is adjourned. Woohoo! It's been a long road, but we're finally at the end.
Gosh, I did not think it would be that huge. Oh, yes, yes, at last! Divine justice duly done! Aw, divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache.
Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes.
Look, consider it Miss Naruto Esquire. Once again, you've saved me from doom.
I'm very happy to have been of help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. Your second in almost as many days. Oh, I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature.
Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books. Aww.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
Ah, but a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did. And I've seen more of life in this week than in all of my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there is nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are a few genuine differences. Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live. Well said. I've come to feel the same way. I've made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan. What? Yeah, we know this.
Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings, it really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learnt here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose. Aw.
Oh my. So you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not, when that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache? I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
I, for one, would love to read your work.
Yeah, so would I. Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. Ah, that's very true.
And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes, faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
But that's not why I'm leaving! I mean it! Oh, objection! Ah, that was good. Objection! This is how we would have said it. And now is the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Sasaki-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. On the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. I kind of forgot that we're flashbacking for a sec. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial, on the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot, hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. Alrighty. I think we'll have to stop here. Guess we'll find out what happened when we discovered the loot next time.
Well, it's been a long journey, but we finally did it. We made it. But I am curious to know what's happening. What happened when you discovered the loot? Why Professor Mikitoba is so on edge about this case and everything. Well, guess we'll have to find out next time. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.